You guys feel like a collection update? Well, let's talk about some stuff, shall we? Yeah, how y'all doing out there? My name is Brainsmasher. Legally called that. I'm just feeling weird today. I don't know. I'm weird. Felt like shooting a video, so I think we all need a reprieve from the realities that are impacting our joy.
Fucking computer's bullshit. It's fucking sick. It's not cool anymore. It's not fun. It's not fun to be on the fucking computer. They changed everything about it. It used to be so cool.
So let's get weird. This stuff has arrived in my mailbox in various reasons and stuff. So you're probably wondering what in the hell is going on behind you, Sir Brainsmasher. Well, I'm glad you asked. This is my newest mixtape called Wallachian Pleasure. And yeah, that is Vice President J.D. Vance with a cot gag in his mouth. I don't like him. So, I don't know. This whole mix was inspired. It kind of all began when I started watching this interview. Look, J-Dog is a pile of hot garbage, but he did an interview with Attila from Tormentor. That's it. And he was kind of going back into the history of Mayhem, Tormentor, whatever, etc. And he touched upon a subject of a project that he was in, still is, I don't know, called Plasma Pool. And I remembered how much I used to really, really like Plasma Pool. I don't know how I happened upon it, but one of the first things I ever wound up downloading on Napster back in the day, I think, was Plasma Pool for whatever reason. And like, it's not like I was crazy about techno back then or am now or whatever. But I don't know, just for some reason, just Plasma Pool really, really, his mention of Plasma Pool like really took me back. And I wound up listening to that again, and I really, really dug the album Body from Plasma Pool. There's a track on there called Brainsucker, and I've just been obsessed with Brainsucker ever since then. And I wound up just kind of like building a playlist around the song Brainsucker by Plasma Pool. If you're not aware, in between Tormentor and before he joined Mayhem, he was doing kind of a throwback 80s techno EBM sort of project called Plasma Pool. He did vocals in it, and it was kind of supposed to be, I think, reminiscent of Skinny Puppy. But it just kind of highlighted how there used to be this movement of black metal musicians kind of moving into sort of EBM territory, but they really wanted to harness like the satanic sort of aspect of it, or kind of like it almost sounded to me like Nosferatu or like vampiric sort of industrial or techno or EBM music. And so that just really got me thinking, like, what else sounds like Dracula singing for a bad techno band? And that kind of is where I wound up with Wallachian Pleather. if you would like to get yourself a copy of this, you can hit me up on my NeoCities website, and yeah, I'll send you one out. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out, and that is why you're hearing it now. So it's probably not your bag, but you're gonna have to live with it. And there is the labels. So yeah, I've been having fun with that. Wallachian pleather. So a real mixed bag of stuff here. A couple records. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot here. I want to keep this a little, just a little nice and tight. So recently I visited my honey hole. I passed on picking this up. This might be a little loud. I don't know. I'm sick of the microphone and all the editing and shit that I have to do, so I'm just going old school on the phone. I hope this sounds okay. I hope you can hear everything. Whatever. So, my honey hole, my favorite record store. I've gone there maybe 3 times, I think, since discovering it last, well, Christmas 2023. And I've passed on this twice, and finally picked it up last time. And I played a little bit of it when I first got it, and I was like, I'm not feeling it, kind of dumb. I don't know why I picked this up. But I put this on today, and this is maybe the second time I've played this at all together, and it routed me. If you can imagine like a paver, sort of steamroller kind of thing, it ran over my entire body and flattened me into a pathetic piece of shit. Really, really liked it. So, yeah, Atrocity. This is a compilation of both of their full lengths, Infected and Art of Death. So when I first picked this up, I picked this up and thought, oh, this looks cool. How in the hell have I never heard of this? This looks like totally something, you know, I would have heard of, would already like. I don't know. So if you're not aware, I feel like I'm the last guy to find out about this band. This was somewhat short-lived. I don't really know much about them, but they were from Connecticut. And like you could really kind of hold this in the same regard as like a Repulsion or Impetigo, in that it's sort of like a not quite death metal, but kind of punky, sort of grindcore, proto-grindcore sort of wheelhouse sort of thing. Repulsion's Horrified has never really clicked with me. I mean, maybe I ought to go back now and you know, see how that works on me today. I don't know, but it's real scattershot. It's real kind of power violence-y. It is not short on aggression whatsoever. Turn around 360 kind of moment on this guy. I'm even gonna be a wild man today, and put a couple of clips of some of this stuff in the video so you can give it a listen. I don't really know anymore how to tell what YouTube thinks is copyrighted or whatever. I'm kind of sick of it. I don't give a shit. So I hope you like listening to a little bit of this. What else? How about a vinyl? Like my main distro these days is Melanie Loves Death Metal. She's selling a lot of stuff on there for hot prices. So check her out on Depop or on Instagram. She's, you know, dumping a whole lot of vinyl for really good prices. And like if it doesn't sell in the first, I don't know, week or something, she drops the price a little bit, and you can get her some great stuff for cheap. This is a project that, okay, here's the song Brainsucker. This isn't too loud. So this is a project I remember liking, didn't really follow up on. You might as well just kind of say I'm sort of newish to this band. This is Troll Cave with their 2024 full-length Adoration of the Abyssal Trespasser. I was a fan of the Sanctuarium project that this artist also plays in. This is just one of those artists that their output is at such a pace that I cannot possibly keep up with the stuff that he's putting out. Maybe I'm going to be an old man here and kind of like do this thought experiment here, but I feel like since I came from a time period when there were probably 25% of the amount of metal bands when I was getting into metal, that it seemed like I could pretty much follow the discographies past and going forward of all the bands that I was into in 1998. Let's say maybe I was into like 500 bands at that point or something. And you could say like, yeah, I like 500 bands and I can totally keep track of all the stuff that they are going to put out from here going forward, and I love all the stuff that they put out in the past. But now, in 2025, there are literally 6 billion metal bands, and it is impossible to keep up with all of them. And so I was born with a mindset that I could keep track of a lot of those artists, but that mindset existed and thrived in a world before there were a million fucking bands. So I find it really, really hard to commit to liking an artist or a band or something, because I feel like their output is just going to outpace my ability to keep track of them really soon. So like, I can't remember if I heard the last Sanctuarium or not. I think Troll Cave has maybe another EP or full length or something before this that I didn't hear, and I don't remember. I don't know what it is, but old age, right? So anyways, what is this like? If you're not familiar with this really reminded me of... I wasn't thrilled with it, let's just say. It reminds me of like Wormflam. I was really into that EP album or whatever they did way back in the day or whatever. That was like a really slow, abysmal, slimy, sludgy, dark, dank kind of thing. And this is all of that. I feel like for a lot of people, I think maybe the closest hallmark or band that I could compare this to is something like Disembowelment, kind of, but it doesn't really have near the amount of like intense heaviness that Disembowelment does. This is more just like seeping, creepy, moldy kind of stuff that has more like atmosphere to it than musicality. But Misako Onoha put this out last year. That's, I don't know. Do I need to elaborate a whole lot more on that? Another vinyl that I got in. Okay, this is a bummer. I'm stoked to have this on vinyl, and I didn't. So, Jesus Christ, I'm getting a phone call in the middle of my video. Fuck off! Okay. So, where to begin? Eternal Suffering were a death metal band from the East Coast, and their seminal full-length Drowning in Tragedy came out, I think, originally in 98. And back then they were doing a thing, 98. They were doing kind of an original thing. I mean, it wasn't the kind of thing that was everywhere at that time. And you know, they were doing kind of like a proto slam kind of thing, or I don't know. If whatever this has become now is not my wheelhouse really whatsoever. But a lot of the guys who are into Sanguishugabog and stuff like that or whatever have a lot of like hallmark albums that they consider like genre-defining kind of bands that I also do like. So it's like I like them because they played good death metal and not because I can hit ninja the shit out of people at shows. And so anyways, I don't know, Sanguine Bog's Devin Swank has been seen wearing Eternal Suffering hoodie over the last couple of years, and I think that has kind of helped, like, you know, point the finger at this band at being like cool, and one of the beginning bands that kind of had that. Cats are going crazy in here. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm getting distracted so much, but so I didn't know this had been reissued on vinyl, even though the singer Wayne is a good friend of mine. We don't talk a whole lot, but anyways, so I found this on eBay, randomly scrolling through stuff, and the seller told me that this was brand new, sealed, and it was on gold vinyl. And we messaged a couple times, and he was like, hold on, it'll be a couple days. I need to get some LP mailers. I was like, yeah, don't worry about it, whatever. It sounded like the guy was like selling vinyl on eBay for the first time ever or something. And I was like, I don't care, whatever. But I got it, and he had sent the LP in nothing but like a bubble mailer, like a 12 by 12 bubble mailer. And I was like, shit, this thing's going to be wrecked. So I open it, and it's not sealed. It's not the gold vinyl, and the jacket is just fucking partied on to death, beat to shit. So I wrote him back. I was like, look, I'm not a big condition nerd. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for this, so I'm not gonna jump down your fucking throat about it, but I'm warning you, there are a lot of people out there who buy vinyl who would say, fuck you to death because you ruined my copy of, you know, so-and-so record or something. Like, pretty bad form to be starting out selling records, but whatever. It was really fun to throw this on, and remember how cool this album is. Even though Wayne hates this, another kind of bummer thing about this band is, like, two of the members have passed away in the last couple of years. We got Brian in 2019, and then Chris Glover, the bass player, died about 2 years ago of colon cancer. So R.I.P. to those guys. It's kind of a fraught time or whatever. I'm not sure what I'm saying. I have been so scatterbrained today, I don't even know how this is going to come across to you guys. Anyways, I also picked up, I don't know, the YouTube algorithm lately has been like recommending stuff to me and been pretty good recommendations. I guess I'm learning that the YouTube algorithm is pretty good at figuring out what kind of music you like and throwing stuff on there that would, get your goat. And so this came up the other day. I liked the logo. I thought it looked cool. I played it, and before the first song ended, I was buying this on Discogs. This is Lorne, as in Michaels, director of SNL. Italian black metal. This is called The Path to the Black Infinity. Didn't know anything about the band, just like looked at the cover, listened to it for like 3 minutes, and I was like, gimme. Raw black metal. Black fucking metal. This is so hateful and mean sounding. I love the production on this. I love the drumming on this thing. Ugh, this is filthy, blasphemous, hateful shit. Really, really good. I've not heard black metal like this in a long time. This originally came out in 2002, I want to say. And even though I think this is considered like an official release, it is a CDR, and all this is just photocopied. Limited to 500 copies. Yeah, 500. Certainly deserves to be, I don't know, like a proper CD full-length kind of deal or something. It's not a demo. It's just a CDR full-length, self-released by the band. Great stuff. I've been just kind of dabbling around in some of the Italian scene that I'm already kind of into, like Tenebrae and Perpetuum is a band I've always really liked. And I've been kind of listening to some Near, who also have a split with Lorne. Lorne are still active. They have put out a couple of full lengths. One of them, I believe, in 2022 was on I Void Hanger. Might check in on some of that other stuff, the more recent years, to see if I like it. But this has been really, really, really bopping my dome lately. So I don't know what's on the cover. Some wood and some steps, whatever. I don't care. Great cold riffs, the way I like them. I don't know, another vinyl. Okay, so this is kind of a funny way that I acquired this album. I never go to Walmart. I don't like shopping at places that union bust and destroy communities, really at all. But we have one in my small town, and we had a real emergency need the other day. So I just ran to the store. I knew they would have it, got it. And while I was there, I was like, you know, what records do they have? I was just kind of feeling like buying a record or whatever. What vinyl does Walmart have now? They had Metallica in there. And I recently sent all of my Metallica CDs to Jeff Wagner after his house fire. And I was like, I don't fucking need Metallica, whatever. Just have them. I know most people love Metallica way more than I do. In fact, it's Lars Ulrich's terrible, abysmal, poor drumming that ruins the otherwise pretty good band for me. But I think they're one of the most overrated bands ever. Anyways, I rebought some Metallica albums over the last couple of years, and Kill 'Em All, don't like. Master of Puppets, don't really care for a whole lot. But this one, I can't deny I like it. So I went to buy this from Walmart for a decent price, honestly. And the cashier was in training, and the trainer and the cashier missed that I had put this in the bin that I was buying. It was plain as day. It was like the products passed under their fucking noses twice, and they failed to ring this up. And I wasn't going to correct them. Whatever. So I got Red Lightning for free at Walmart. I don't need to review this or tell you anything about it or whatever, but there's the blue vinyl. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed to even have this in my house, but I can't deny, man, this is a great record. They were really on fire here. Here's the thing, everybody talks about Cliff Burton being a great bass player and whatever. I can't fucking hear any bass on this thing. Is it the mix or something? What am I'm missing the point. Seemed like a cool guy. Sad that he died, but do people just love Dave Mustaine because they got kicked out of Megadeth, and love Cliff Burton because he died for or Metallica or whatever? I don't know. Whatever. Also new in my collection, I don't know. I have been working on this quite a bit for the last several months. So there was a band from Southern California, Los Angeles, called Darkness. You may have seen me posting about it on some social medias or wearing their shirt, or I think I may have put a clip in some of my videos or something. By the way, I've been doing collection updates also on my Patreon, like separate, and you can only see them if you join my Patreon. So sometimes I have a hard time keeping track of what I have showed on my collection updates on my Patreon and some on here. Either way, so like the next one I'm going to talk about, I think I showed on my Patreon collection update, but not on here, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, this is a DVD video of LA's Darkness. A band that they never really got around to recording like a proper demo or a full length. But this is maybe like the best way to experience the band, I think. And so we were in contact, me and Grimtooth, from Grimtooth's Very Metal Things. We got in contact with Darkness, and they provided us with some video footage of a live show from 1998 where they were performing songs that were quite a bit older than that. Darkness were active from 86 up to, I think maybe even still now, sort of in some sort of way active. I don't know. But so it's like old songs performed in 1998 when they were opening for Mayhem, I think, in their first live US appearance. But killer, thrashy, death metal. It kind of, there's a lot of terms that get thrown around with a band like this that kind of existed between all of that and before some of that. So like these songs were written when thrash was kind of turning into death metal. And they're all like really satanic, evil, dark subjects. So in some ways it's kind of blackened death metal in a way there too. But these guys like came up in the LA scene with like Terrorizer. Jesse Pintado was friends with these guys. Bloodcom, stuff like that. What else? Necrophagia. These guys are great. Demolition. Now, don't correct me and say Necrophagia were from Ohio. It's a different fucking band, nerds. Sadistic Intent. These guys were like brethren with Sadistic Intent. Well, the thing is, this band has just like never really recorded a proper demo that's worth really listening to. Or there's like rehearsals and stuff. With Grimtooth, we are going to be doing, Grim Knight. We are going to be doing demo discography of their material. So I put together the footage, I edited it together with some menus and all this stuff. I worked on the layout of the DVD and all that. So I had a pretty big part in making this come to light. So we're going to be doing, this is out, this is available also on my Neo Cities website. If you want to pick up a copy, you should. It rules. It absolutely rules. I want you to pick this up. So the footage is from 98, but there's also a bonus show from 88. With a couple of their old songs on there. It's fucking rules so much. So $10, and you will get a copy of this guy.
It is in our minds.
throw a little clip in there for you to check the stuff out. Great shit. Couple more. Let's see here. So I wasn't. Sometimes I don't follow through with researching stuff before I buy it. Turns out I already had all this material on another disc. But whatever, it's kind of cool. Sarcasm. You may have seen Stormwind79 talking about this band in a collection update video not too long ago. But Sarcasm do not get enough respect or love by anybody. They are fucking awesome. Their demos, A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset, and others were incredible for their time period. So this is a 2 CD compilation of their demos that a Mexican label, Chaos Records, put out a couple of years ago. So I bought this on Bandcamp. And when I got this, like, I was mostly just like nostalgic for my love for A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset demo, which I'm trying to find the cover. Okay, here's the original cover for A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset. And it's like super melodic, it's super intense. The harmonizing guitars are just flawless, amazing songwriting. Drumming is furious. These guys were just so talented and so on fire, and they put out like 4 or 5 demos back in like 94 and 95, and then kind of fell silent. And then Merciless Records, I think, in partnership with Breath of Night, put out A Touch of the Burning Red Sunset on CD and LP back in like 99 or something like that, but lay dormant until about 2016, I want to say, when they came back with Burial Dimensions on Dark Descent. And Dark Descent did a 2 CD version of Burial Dimensions that also included all of this material on it, minus 5 rehearsal tracks from 90 and 92. Which, whatever. So tons of killer demo material on here. It was really, really fun to spin this and just kind of love this band all over again. I'll be honest, the collector's scum in me does kind of like having the demos be separate from the compilation of like the newer album with the bonus demo stuff on it. It's whatever. So I do kind of have 90% of this stuff twice, but whatever. This is Compressor. Old school, pre-meme internet fuckery here. Okay, I don't know if I reviewed this as eloquently as I should have in a video in the past or whatnot, but and I also didn't exactly do a year-end list for 2024 at all, really. But this was my number 1 pick of last year. This was my favorite release of 2024 by far. It floored me how good this was. This is Autumn Fall with the Archaic Shadows. If I've talked about this already, I'm going to do it again. I just wrote a review of it for the forthcoming Grim Night mail order catalog zine kind of thing, where I also have an interview with Sangu Sugarbog and Undeath that I wrote 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. So it's been a long time coming. Like, before both of those bands blew up, I interviewed both of them, and now it's finally coming out this year. So anyways, Autumn Fall are a Finnish, melodic as hell black metal band. Like, it's black metal because it's speedy and it's dark, and the vocals are kind of like a higher register sort of thing. But I think you could probably also argue that the hyper melodicism of the guitars kind of makes it somewhat more akin to a Scandinavian, Swedish kind of death metal sort of thing. However, they were Finnish, or are Finnish. So this album is comprised of leftover demo material that was composed back in the late 90s for a band called Fall of the Leaf. And you should know Fall of the Leaf because their Evanescent Ever Fading album is a masterpiece. When we talk about late 90s melodic black metal, this album should be talked about as one of the top, cream of the crop. So a fantastic band, amazingly talented composer, Jussi Hannon. So he, I don't know, reached back into his vault of unrecorded demo material and put this together finally with a super talented drummer. This is not the first Autumn Fall release. They did a full length or two before this in the last couple of years that were awesome. So this is a Sacrifice Productions CD release, limited to 300 copies. Get it on Bandcamp. It's pretty cheap. I would say, I think to get this shipped to the States probably cost like $17, something like that. So worth it. This was an incredible release. Just blew me the fuck away. I hope you check this out. The way that he composes guitar harmonies is like no other. There's nobody else that sounds anything like Autumn Fall or Fall of the Leaf for that matter. It's just so amazing. So look for my review of this album coming out in the Grim Tooth catalog soon. Last release, then I'll get out of your hair. This is Equinox with Journey into Oblivion. Yeah, I wasn't going to pick this up. Finally, yep, I caved in and I bought it. Dinged up in the mail. God damn it. I don't know what's going on. If you don't live in the United States, I need you to know something. That our United States Postal Service is under siege from our piece of shit fucking government. And stuff like this is getting fucked up because of stupid idiot Christians. So I don't fucking know what to do about it. But Equinox were a Floridian death metal band, and I talked about the Return to Mystery album not too long ago because the remastered version of it just floored me, blew me away. So stoked to have it on wax. And so that album was released in 95, and this is the 2004 album, Journey into Oblivion. It's not as amazing as Return to Mystery, but you gotta get it. It's Equinox. So these guys, I love how these guys like mix your Celtic Frost kind of riffing, real knuckle dragging kind of stuff. But what bugs me about a band that sounds like that ordinarily is it's just too stupid. It's just too knuckle dragging kind of. The riffing is just. I don't love Celtic Frost because their riffs are pretty dumb, but they're pretty fun. And when you put a riffing style over like a Floridian death metal kind of drum element, it sounds pretty good, but I still need more. And so to alternate the style of this band, that another character of their personality is that they also kind of take some of the Euronymous kind of riffing that's real kind of black metal-ish kind of stuff. I don't know if it's like major chords or harmonies or something. I don't know what he does special, but it is here also. It lives here also. So it's really, really cool to hear like old school 80s Celtic Frost kind of riffing mixed with like a Norwegian black metal kind of style to it. And it's like, it's just in the riffing. It's not like it's not like the vocals are changing much or anything. It's just a really nice dichotomy and operation of their machinery that makes this band super special. I hope you don't think that sounds like it's unoriginal. Like I know it might sound like not a lot of artistic merit if a band sounds like they're aping two bands, but it works really, really well. Most metal bands are aping other metal bands or, you know, hard rock stuff or something. It just works really, really well on this one. So this is a Vic Records reissue, and you should get it. That's it from me. Check out this Darkness DVD out on Grim Night Productions right now. And if you want to pick up my mixtape, you should. It's 10 Bones. And I don't know, did I tell you the track list on it? So this track right now is De Infernale. In fact, there's only one other song after this. Beharit was on here. So I don't know, I said this was techno, but a lot of this is like metal artists. Beharit, we've got Diabolus Rising, we got Mordor, a couple other, Compressor, yada. So I hope this video finds you well. Throw Jesus in the trash can because he's the fucking loser. Metal rules.
Woohoo! That was a great video, and it was made possible mostly by me, but also thanks to the undying and kind support of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all. I love you. If you are interested in being a part of my Patreon channel and supporting what I do, you are welcome to join at the URL below. It is only $6.66 per month, and you're going to love it. Thank you.